Buddhist canonical texts were written in Pali language. A large number of Jaina texts were written in Prakrit. Yet, Buddhist and Jaina texts from around 2nd, 3rd century CE began to also use Sanskrit. It was not a straightforward transformation from Pali or Prakrit to Sanskrit. There were many texts accommodating both Pali words and Sanskrit words. That's why scholars would indicate the existence of what is called hybrid Buddhist Sanskrit language. Now, these are also very interesting facets of cultural life. It is true that a very major aspect of Indian culture relates to religious beliefs, practices, experiences, and philosophical tenets, for which not only the Vedic texts are very important, but also many other Brahmanical texts, particularly the Puranas, are of immense importance. Many of the Puranas, particularly the major 18 Puranas, are composed with a view to championing the sectarian bhakti cults, mostly related either to Vaishnavism or to Shaivism or to the cult of the Great Mother, the Devi worship. If the Puranas are one of the mainstays of understanding the emergence of diverse Brahmanical cults, it cannot merely be appreciated on the basis of textual representations. After all, the gods and goddesses of ancient India are best visible through the images and icons. And there comes the importance of art iconography. Without understanding art history and the source materials for art history, one cannot appreciate the particular tradition of worship of a deity or different types of divinities. Take, for example, the earliest iconic representation of Krishna Vishnu, Vasudeva Krishna, and his elder brother Balarama figure in the coins of a Greek ruler Agathocles of 2nd century BC, which has been found from the excavation of Ai-Khanum in present Afghanistan. Now, it immediately gives an indication that Krishna Vishnu cult has become quite well established, not only in text but also in the visual representation of those divinities. Similarly, the utilization of visual materials, say the representation in the stupas in Bharut and Sanchi, would indicate how the Buddha was never shown in an anthropomorphic form. He was not shown as a human being initially, but through symbols. Symbols like the Bodhi tree, symbol like the footprints, or the figure of a baby elephant, or the wheel of law, Dharma Chakra. It is only, say, from 1st century BCE or 1st century CE, possibly in the vast numbers of sculptures in Mathura and in Gandhara, that one comes across the actual anthropomorphic figure of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Now, this is connected not merely with the transformation of the figure of Buddha in human form from the earlier tradition of representing him with aniconic symbols, but it also is inseparably connected with the change in Buddhist philosophy that accommodated and allowed the propitiation of the master in human form. This is a period of change when the Hinayanist school of Buddhism gives way to the greater prominence of different branches of the Mahayana